Hello, everyone, and welcome to Honorable Mentions. I'm Emily Barker,
I'm Cameron Deshnod.
and here we're just going to talk about the honors program. So maybe we should talk a bit first, though, about why we thought this podcast would be a good idea. So it initially started off as it has a really weird history. Basically, Dr. Paffenroth had asked me and Cameron to attend an online conference, and I just so happened to attend one about media for honors. And I heard a particular professor of a different honors program talk about the success of a radio show. And I was like, we have the Pinnacle, which is our newsletter. We have the Bulletus, which is our academic magazine. But do we really have a place where students can talk directly to other students about just everyday life in the honors program? And I thought that this podcast would help fill in that hole.
And that's what we're here to test out, to find out. Get some honorable mentions in here. See, look, I put it in the podcast. You proud of me, Emma?
Yes.
Thank you.
Yeah.
So I guess we'll just first start off by introducing ourselves. We'll kind of be the main hosts, and we'll rotate things. So if you're listening to this little short introduction and say, hey man, I would love to get on a podcast, maybe you do WICR, maybe you just want to talk about things. Doesn't even have to necessarily be honors program related. You just want to talk about your own experiences at Iona. Everything's fair game, but you'll probably be interacting with us. So to get an idea, I'm Cameron Deshnod, as I mentioned. I'm an honors rep. Nobody knows what that is. Doesn't matter. We don't care. I do things like WICR. I'm an English and Mass Comm major. And the things I really love most are storytelling, movies, books, comic books, anime, all that stuff. If it involves any aspect of storytelling, like I'm there, I'm about it. Emily, you're kind of the same if you want to give a short introduction.
I'm Emily Barker. I'm an English and history double major. And yes, I do know that there are no clear-cut careers for those particular majors. And yes, it is severely stressing me out. But hopefully I'll be able to make a job out of my majors.
Welcome to the venting portion of the podcast.
But no, I love what I do. I really enjoying the honors program so far. I've found that it's a great benefit for me here at Iona. Pretty much the reason why I decided to come to Iona was the honors program.
Really? I didn't know that.
Yeah.
I think, one of the things that really drew me to Iona was I was like shopping around for schools, and I decided, all right, I'll do some shadow days, and Iona was kind of already in the running, and I just loved the atmosphere here. Like I got here and everybody was just so friendly, so nice, you know what I mean? And there was just like this camaraderie that I didn't see at other schools. That was just like a bunch of people going about their own days, not to say that they didn't have friends, but I don't know, it just felt like there were just so many different groups that like collided perfectly with each other. That's, how I felt about the honors program too when I first joined. And I know we had like a huge influx of students now. So anybody listening to this who's in the lower grades, you got so many other classmates. It's not as tight-knit of a group, but hey, again, this is a good chance to kind of get your name out there in the honors world, get on the show if you want, talk about it, find some friends through it, could be good.
Yeah, funny story. So I'm a commuter student. I've grown up fairly close to Iona my whole life, and I did not know a single thing about it until I started looking for colleges. I had a bunch of boys in my class at my Catholic elementary school who went on to the elite Iona Prep. It was the big school for boys in my class. But I knew nothing about the college. And now here I am.
Yeah. I mean, like, hey, you're already doing better than me. I'm the honors rep. I don't know anything about the school. I don't know. I don't know. You asked me like what this room is, what it's called. I don't know, man. We're somewhere in the honors rooms. Whatever. But again, one thing I do know for certain, honors program is a great thing to be in. And this isn't like an advertisement, by the way, for the honors program.
Yeah. Hopefully, if you're listening to this, you are one of our fellow honors students, or maybe you're not, and you know nothing about what we're talking about. And in that case, we still want to say welcome.
Yeah, honestly, like I think something we don't have a lot is people transferring into the honors program
Mhm.
from outside. And I wish that happened more. You know what I mean? I would love to get new classmates in here and just like get people excited to do things. I think it would be fun, you know?
I love to be able to pick their brains because, as Cam, I think, knows from our first semester of honors together. Fun fact, we've never planned it, but somehow we've still ended up in every single honors seminar together,
It's crazy.
which is rather strange.
Yeah,
but
likely.
Yeah, we've never planned it, but we took our first one together. And he knows I really like to pick people's brains and I really like to debate and argue with them.
Yeah.
So I love to get some new blood that I can.
Oh my. Yeah, well, speaking on that too, because one of the first things, if you're a freshman, you figure this out, you know, and maybe if you're a prospective student, you're going to find this out. Basically, you kind of have just discussions about books in like the early phases of honors. And I remember it was one of the first days, right? And to this day, I don't know, you just like, you made a face at something, like real quick, you kind of just like looked at something. And I thought it was me to this day. So as I was like in the middle of giving my like argument, I thought you made that face at me and I was like, oh, you don't think this is a good point? And I just like kept like doubling, tripling, quadrupling down on the point. And it wasn't until later when I realized you made that face again. And it was definitely not in my direction this time. And I was like, oh my God, it was never at me. Oh, she didn't care. Oh.
No, I don't care about you at all.
All right. Harsh, but fair.
No, more likely than not. I don't know exactly what facial expression you're referring to, but I was probably just staring off into space, not listening to a single thing.
I do that all the time. It's especially bad too when like you're in your eyes track movement. And so you're just watching somebody who's like moving a bit and then they make eye contact with you and you're like, oh. Yeah, but again, see, look at this. This is camaraderie right here. This is just like us having a good time, and that's what I love about like the honors program. You know, I'm sure we probably would have met at some point if we weren't both in it, but
we're both English majors after all.
Yeah, but you know, I don't know if we've taken an English.
We've not taken a single English class together, even though we're both English majors. We should change that.
It's weird. We should, but like, see, that's the thing. You get to meet people who, while Emily is similar to me in a lot of ways. Yeah, I have a bunch of friends with business majors, you know, like math majors, a lot of comp sci majors that I wouldn't have been friends with if it wasn't for the honors program. And not because like, you know, I wouldn't have liked them otherwise. Like, oh, you have to be in the I mean that like I wouldn't have probably run into them. So yeah, it's a great way just to, and that's what I'm really all about too. It's like the community of honors, right? The classes I could take them or leave them. They're fun, I guess, but you know, it's still class. I still had to get up and go here. So yeah. I know you wanted this to be a shorter one. Emily, you got any final words? We got 2 minutes left.
Yes, I would like to leave off again with, if you are interested at all in joining our podcast, please reach out to either me or Cam. I don't think we should say our emails just in case this is going on in the wide interwebs. Yeah,
well, I mean, well, you know, I said my last name. I actually don't mind, so I'll throw my email up here. I'll edit it on the screen. If you want to get in contact with us, just email me here or Dr. Paffenroth, and yeah, we'll have you on. And of course, it's not like you have to be on with one of us. Feel free to bring your friends on. Doesn't just have to be 2 people. You know, come in force. Yeah, have a good time. And we'd love to see some creativity. I'm hoping at some point that I will be able to fulfill a long-held dream of mine, to be on a 40s radio show with the sound effects. I kind of want to be the sound effects girl, you know, like with a rain stick, like, or like tinfoil making thunder. Yeah. Well, hey, you know what? We'll get you on with this. We'll get a little effects board. You know what? We'll set it up. It'll be great. And yeah. So, hey, come back next time for some more honorable mentions. I did it again. See, you're proud of me. And I would like to leave you off with honors and upwards. Have a great day, everyone.